What up, what up? There we go. That's what I wanted. No, don't play. Okay. What's up, you guys? We got a slow start today. Dang. 3 people. Nick Oxenford. Big Cole. A.k.a. new name, Hayes Gear Bazaar. But you are always Big Cole to me. Eric Kennedy. What's up? What's crack-a-lackin'? I mean, at this rate, we're going to have a 20-minute stream tonight. God damn. We are scheduled to do a meme review tonight. I tweeted out, I said if I'm live, come hang here, I'll throw a rock at Serena. So, maybe that'll bring some people in. Skim Milk, Tyler, Dakota. What's up, you guys? How goes with it? It is everyone's dreaded day of the week, a Sunday. I mean, nobody likes Sundays. They're not good for anything, except for football when there's football on, but... Not Serena. Look, I mean, she's always got it coming, really. She's just, you know those people that are just never innocent? That's her. She's guilty. Like, she deserves it. You go back to school tomorrow? Ooh, yeah, that sucks. That does suck. But it's your junior year. I will say this. Your junior year and your senior year are fucking easy. And they go by fast as fuck. At least for me. Like, senior year is the best. Because, I mean, you don't gotta do anything. You just fuck off the entire year. Junior year, it's pretty easy. But junior year also sucks only because you gotta do your college shit. You gotta start figuring out where you want to go to school. But my official advice is don't go to college if you don't know what you want to do. Like if you want to be a doctor or a fucking nurse or a dentist or a cop or whatever the fuck it is, and you know that, then yeah, go to college. But if you don't go to college. Go to a community college and get your fucking or don't go at all. I went to a community college and I shouldn't have gone because what I do now for a living, I don't even need college now. I just went to college for no reason at all, like literally no reason. I wanted to be a professional cowboy, a bull rider. That didn't work out. Okay, because there's no bulls in my area to ride. So, and there was a lasso shortage back in the day. So, yeah, it didn't work out. Dang, we only got 6 people in here. This is like a record low. We might have a short stream tonight, fellas. We'll give it a few minutes before we start, obviously. This water bottle's making a noise. I wish I could have music in the stream. God, that'd be awesome. Your hair's good. Yeah, dude, my hair is pretty long. Coco's here. What's up, Coco? Yeah, my hair is pretty, I'm just at the point right now where I want to see how long it gets. I had a whole idea for my music video back in the Chills diss track. I was going to get dreads. I think I've told everyone that. Apparently dreads hurt a lot. I didn't know that. But I was going to do it. Regardless, but yeah, my hair is... I just kind of want to see how long I can get it. I'm not going to grow it out to my, like, shoulders or anything, but... You're not... Yeah, sure. It sounds like something Coco would say. You are Coco. I know you are, because you already told on yourself. And, it's over, man. I know it's you. By the way, do you have any memes for tonight? Grow it out. Yeah, I'm so close to I'm like on the fence right now. This is about the point where I almost want to just say fucking cut it because it is so annoying. It gets in my eyes and my face all the time. It's not good. Especially, like, I work outdoors all day and it's fucking hot out right now, and so I'm sweating and there's hair blowing in my face and just, It's not quite long enough I can put it in a ponytail. I mean, technically I could, but that would look stupid. What's up, Darkish Newt? You're not Coco. You... Okay, you are. Definitely Coco. Man bun? I will never get a man bun. No. Nah. Have I ever had an experience with a cryptid or ghost? I have had an experience with a ghost. But that's it. Never a cryptid. Eight people, man, what is going on? Everyone must be busy tonight. Or YouTube's not giving out the notification. Could be it. We don't have any nukes top 5, but I was thinking about doing. Scare Theater. Is it called Scare Theater? No, that is a channel, but I don't know what the fuck that is. Llama Arts is what it is. The story about the ghost, basically all it is a guy in my old apartment, like this is like 3 or 4 apartments ago, lived under me, some, like not too old, he's like 60, maybe upper 50s. He died in his sleep, like he was in his bed, and his bed was in the far corner of his bedroom. Now his bedroom was right below me, and it's the same layout and everything, and so his bed was right below my bed, right where I sleep. And so at some point, his soul rose out of his body right through my body. And so anyways, I work at Target at the time, and I had to work about 3 a.m. shifts. Oh no, 4 a.m. shifts, but I woke up at 3 to get ready for work or whatever. And I get up, and it's like, I think by the time I get out and like woken up and out to the everything done, I'm like walking out of my apartment at like 3:30. And I come out of the bathroom, and I'm coming down the hallway, and there's a living room to the right, and then to the left, after you get past the wall, there's the kitchen, which is on the left, and the dining room is connected to the kitchen. So the kitchen's right on the left of the front door. And I'm walking, and it's pitch black. Remember, it's 3:30 in the morning, so there's no light. The only light that's coming in the entire apartment is through the window shades from the street light below. And it's not much. And there's a black mass standing, a human-ish shaped black mass in the corner all the way to the ceiling. Like it was like 10 foot tall, huge. And I was like, oh fuck, it's scary. And so I grabbed my cat, Tessa, who at the time was a little kitten. I slid her across the linoleum floor at the ghost to see if it would do anything, because I didn't want to go near it. I couldn't like walk past it. I knew it was going to lunge at me or some shit. The cat went sliding to the ghost and didn't do anything. Cat came running back to me. And so I'm like, fuck, I have to go, otherwise I'm going to be late for work. So I start walking to the front door, and all of a sudden the ghost just goes whoosh, right through the floor. Like the whole black, I mean, it was blacker, this is the blackest thing I've ever seen, blacker than black. And it just went whoosh, right through the floor. Do I live in my hometown? I do not, no. Technically, I have like 2 hometowns, in a way, I guess. What's up, Elaine? What's up, Geek Squad? We got a slow start to tonight's stream, so I've been day drinking, by the way, too. If I'm slurring my words, I'm sorry. I am pretty drunk right now. I've had a few beers already, just a few. I haven't had a nice day drink in a while. So I woke up this morning, I started drinking and watching YouTube and just doing nothing. Like, I didn't do anything today. No YouTube work. I didn't work on editing or planning out anything. Just did nothing, and it was amazing. Yeah, sometimes I watch Sir Spooks, but I don't know, his videos usually aren't that great, if I'm being honest. I think what we'll start out with tonight is Llama Arts, because let me check out Mr. Nightmare. I'm a huge fan of Mr. Nightmare. I usually don't like story time kind of things, but since they're animated, it makes it a little bit more watchable. But he does have a video, and it's called 3 Scary New House Horror Stories, which I kind of want to watch. And then also one called 3 Nightmare Zoom Call Horror Stories, which I also kind of want to watch. So I think we'll start out with those. I'm trying to let a few more people join in. We're only at 13. I usually like to wait till 20, but tonight let's just say 15. 2 more people join and we'll start. What's up, Alberto? How it goes with it? And then at some point we will do a little Reddit review. I know Coco is here, so I'm sure he'll have something, probably at least one. I know Nick Oxenford, I accidentally saw a couple of them. Nick Oxenford has some posted in there. Other than that, I don't know if anyone else does or not. Slapped Ham. Yeah, Slapped Ham, I liked it first, but I grew over Slapped Ham real quick. He is like chills, in a way. He's not annoying, but his videos are so dumb, and his not like his videos, but the videos he shows off are dumb. And usually they're so obviously not real, which is just like annoying. I always say it, fake videos aren't a bad thing, but they have to be well done. They have to be respectable to watch. Otherwise, if it's obviously fake, then don't waste my time. Dill loves slapping Paco's ham. Oh, God. No, I don't. I don't slap Paco's ham. I don't. Ashers is here. What's up, Ashers? Sunday night with BigDill. Yeah. I'm like uber drunk right now. I'm going to try to stay awake is my main goal. Well, the problem I had is I started drinking at 11 o'clock this morning. And then I had Casey's Pizza. Just pizza. You guys don't know what Casey's is. But I had a pizza from a gas station called Casey's. And it kind of sobered me up enough to the point where now I'm like, I'm really craving a bottle of water, but I don't want to sober myself up anymore. But I'm really craving water. Sounds good. The more I talk about it, the more I get thirsty. All right. We're going to start out with new house horror stories. Let's see what we got here. Started at 2 yesterday. You have to stop. Yeah, it's.
I bought my first house that I currently still live in 2 years ago.
It's nice to do that.
I was in the unpacking and settling in phase.
You made it finally? Yeah, Coco, sure.
I was single and living alone, but I just figured it was time for a house.
You've been here all along.
I had a couple friends over to help me unload the truck full of boxes, and I paid them with food since they wouldn't accept
Ask
money.
Coco about memes. He's the meme king.
They hung around for a few
ask him.
hours
He'll tell you about the
after
Reddit rules and stuff.
When my friend Dale went to the bathroom, he came back and said he heard some noises from inside the walls, and that it sounded like there were some pipe issues. I took note of it, and the two of them left a little later. Since it was a Saturday, I stayed up pretty late on my laptop watching Netflix. However, I was hearing some light thumping sounds from above me, which was odd because my bedroom is upstairs. The only thing that could be above me would be the attic. Then I remembered Dale's comments about the noises from inside the walls. I went to the attic door and pulled it down, and I actually had to take a deep breath because I was a bit nervous. I climbed the stairs into the attic and pulled the light switch down. One very dim yellow light buzzed on.
I know these are stories, and they're probably not true, but I know this is not true, because nobody in their right mind would fucking do that, ever. Unless you're, like, one of those old dudes that doesn't give 2 fucks, like a Vietnam vet or some shit. Like, old people usually don't care. But, like, nah, there's no way that you just hear footsteps and be like, I think I'm gonna go check that out. Stick my head through a fucking hole and let it get chopped off. Nah.
Just barely lighting up the attic. The noises in the walls stopped, though. Either that, or the noises just weren't coming from the attic, I imagined. With no boxes up there yet, it was just basically a big empty space, and I could clearly see no one was up there. The only things in the entire attic were a couple giant framed paintings leaning on one of the walls. I went back down to my room and tried to get some sleep, but I heard the noises again. Now I started to fear there was a small animal in the walls, like a raccoon. The sound still seemed to be coming from directly above my room. It had to be in the attic. So once more, I went up into the attic and looked to where I thought would be directly above my bedroom. The thing is, the attic didn't seem to extend the entire length of the house, so there's a wall covering where the section above my room should be. I walked over to the wall just to listen for potential noises, and I did hear noises from the other side of this wall. Then I looked at the 2 paintings leaning on the wall. how they were slightly angled. My heart started to race. I walked to the paintings and slightly angled one upwards off the wall, revealing a big hole in the wall. It took a few seconds for the reality to sink in. As I held the painting at an upright position, the painting was suddenly pushed out of my grip to fall flat on the floor. I nearly had a heart attack. Out from the hole came this sickly-looking girl.
What?
She seemed to be high on something. She was shaking, making weird noises, and she would start this creepy laughing. She grabbed onto me and dug her nails into my shoulders so hard I screamed, and I pushed her as hard as I could off of me. She fell backwards into the secret room, and I ran to the exit and shut the attic door behind me. I locked myself in my room as I called the police and reported that a crazy, dangerous person was in my attic. Cops arrived within 5 minutes. 3 cop cars ended up pulling up, and there were a total of 5 police officers in my house. 4 of them went into the attic, and I heard the struggle. The girl screamed like a creature, and it sounded like she was trying to attack the officers, which led to her getting tased. They finally managed to get her in cuffs and carry her out of the attic and outside to one of the cars. The girl had to be like anywhere from 25 to 35 years old, but like I said, she looked sickly.
I didn't like that face,
While
man.
the officers were still in the house, I went into the attic to examine the secret room. Inside was a pile of blankets, a dirty pillow, a lot of food wrappers, and human waste in one corner. It seemed as though this girl had been up there for a long time. It was truly a nightmare to discover this on my first night in my new house. The girl was taken to a nearby psychiatric center to get her the help she needed.
That would be creepy. Will said it sounds like all his ex-girlfriends ever. Damn, that's hot.
My dad helped me buy my first house when I was 28. I was never spoiled, but my dad always had a lot of money, and when I wanted a house, he lent me a large amount of cash. The previous owners of the house were an elderly couple.
I wasn't spoiled, but my dad gave me
As far as I know,
a
the
fuck
husband
ton of cash
died
to buy
many years
one.
before I
Okay.
moved in. The wife died just a few weeks before I bought the house.
Bro, I would be lucky if my parents would buy me a snack from the gas station. Like, what?
The son of the couple who sold me the house kept a lot of the furniture in the house for me, and he took only what he really needed or wanted, which made things easier for me, less furniture to buy. I did dump some of the more outdated stuff on the curb though, including this old rocking chair that was sitting in the living room. A lot of the furniture just had an older, creepy vibe that I didn't want in the house. The next day, I was cleaning out more junk in the upstairs section of the house for most of the day. A lot of it was heavy lifting, so I'd take breaks in between, and this ate up most of the day. I didn't really get an ounce of sleep the night before, as I have a mild form of insomnia which affects me certain nights. That second night, having moved into the house, I went out to get some Chinese for dinner because I had no energy to cook. When I got back, I was disturbed to find the front door was unlocked. Now, I truly don't remember if I had simply forgotten to lock it or not. I wanted to believe I forgot, but it just seems so unlikely I'd forget to do that, especially with my brand new house. I started flicking on every light of every room on the main floor. The more light, the safer I'd feel. I then proceeded up the stairs to do the same there, in the common area and in all 3 bedrooms. There was also a basement to the house that I'd only been down inside once at that point. It was not a big basement like you would expect though. It was kind of just a small storage space where the washer and dryer happened to be. I was already feeling a lot more confident that I had just simply forgotten to lock the door, but I still had to check the basement before I could confirm this. I opened the basement door and I flicked on the light. As I got halfway down the stairs, I saw an old rocking chair sitting in the middle of the basement. I didn't remember it being there the first time I saw the basement, and when I stood over it, I could swear it was the same rocking chair I had thrown away the night before. If not the same one, at least an identical one. I looked around the basement though, and there wasn't anyone down there, so I did calm down just a bit. I headed back upstairs to eat my Chinese food. I remember leaving the basement door cracked open though, which sat right next to the kitchen, and I started hearing rickety, creaking sounds from downstairs. I ran to the basement door and I tried to turn on the light, but it wouldn't turn on this time. All I could think was, what the hell was that noise? I went to the kitchen to grab my flashlight from under the sink, and I went a quarter of the way down the stairs with the flashlight beaming down to the bottom, and I saw the rocking chair moving, and someone was sitting in it. It was an old woman with gray, curly hair, glasses, and she was dressed in a pink nightgown. Her head slowly turned to be looking up at me, I gasped and left the basement, closing the door this time. I don't know what I was immediately thinking at that point. All I knew was I had to call the police.
I go sit on a
But
lap.
when they came, they searched the whole basement with me, and we didn't find anyone. There were also no hidden compartments or exits down there where she could have escaped through. At a certain point, the cops started looking at me like I was crazy. I knew it. And pretty soon they left. I had the contact details of the son of the couple who owned the house before me. So I called him up around 8 or 9 p.m. and described the lady to the best of my ability. He sounded shook and started to cry over the phone and said I just perfectly described his mother and her favorite nightgown. He said he'd be right over. He got to the house within the hour and we went downstairs together. He seemed to be in shock the whole time. I could see his hands shaking. He ended up leaving with the rocking chair after a while of talking with me and being very emotional. It may have been emotional for him, but it was the scariest thing I could have possibly ever witnessed with my own eyes.
Fuck
it
that,
still
dude.
stands to be. I kept the basement door locked 24/7 after that. I'd be scared to do laundry for months. But after half a year of nothing happening, it wasn't that bad. I only lived in that house a year and a half, though. When I was 12 years old, my family moved to a new house in the countryside of Louisiana.
Damn nice lawn.
Located near a small village. We'd always lived in rural areas, definitely grew up unfamiliar to the city lifestyle or anything even remotely
Hell yeah,
close to
Coco.
that. The property was 3 acres and very private. On the second night at that house,
Your
my
mama's
dog
so
Parker,
dead?
who would sleep in my room, started barking and growling
Yeah,
in the
she is
middle of
dead.
the night. When he saw that I sat up in my bed, his tail started wagging, but he'd continue to bark and growl. I couldn't tell what he was looking at, though. He was just looking towards the corner of the room. I checked the closet and nothing, so I told Parker to shut up, and he did. But I did keep hearing him lift his head off his bed every once in a while, reacting to something. The next day, an older man came and knocked on the front door. My dad answered while I was in the living room watching cartoons. I heard the whole interaction. The old man introduced himself as Gene, the next door neighbor. My dad told me to come over and introduce myself, so I did. Gene seemed very kooky and aloof. Even my 12-year-old self could realize.
You can't trust anyone whose name is Gene, especially if they're a dude. Genes are no good. Don't go near a Gene. If one ever offers you candy, say yes, because candy's awesome.
That. But he seemed nice, I guess. The next day, I was in the backyard playing Pokemon on my game.
Living the
My dad was in the front of the house mowing.
rural life
The
is
rest
great.
of my family wasn't home.
Yeah, living somewhere like that would be awesome,
Oddly
dude.
enough,
As long as you have good
Overwatch
Wi-Fi,
Gene,
then
wearing
yes.
the farmer's hat and overalls, talking to me in his thick southern accent, asking what I was up to. He actually sat down at the table with me, which made me uncomfortable, especially considering
No,
he just
Gene
walked into our
like
backyard.
Gene.
Albeit there was no
Not a
fence
pair of
separating
jeans.
the front and backyard, but still. I told him I was playing Pokemon, and he knew what it was, immediately making Pikachu noises trying to be funny, but it was just unsettling. I started to realize there really was something off about this guy. My dad came to the backyard with a lawnmower, then turned it off when he saw Gene sitting next to me. He approached us and said hello with a smile, but I could tell based on my dad's face and tone that he was slightly confused what he was doing in our backyard. He never asked him that, but my dad told me I needed to go inside and wash the dishes. I knew he was trying to get me away from him. A few minutes later, my dad came in and asked me if Gene just walked into our yard, and I said yeah. That's when he told me he didn't want me around that guy anymore, and to let him know if I saw him again. It wasn't until a few nights later that I woke up to Parker growling and barking again. This time he was looking at the window. I got up to open the window just to hear if something was going on out there. Quickly after opening the window, without seeing anybody out there,
What's
I
up,
heard
Veloci
Gene
Deluxe? Long
imitating
time no see,
Pikachu
bro.
noises again, in his creepy old man's voice. I ran out of my room screaming death.
Another thing, if a dude likes Pokemon, I don't trust him. If you try to replicate how Pokemons act or roar or whatever they do or fight, I definitely don't trust you. Okay. Don't ever try to be a Pokemon.
Repeatedly. When I told my dad Gene was outside my window, he stormed outside to check. But when he couldn't find him on the property, he went to Gene's house next door. But here's the twist. That Gene guy didn't live next door. An older woman answered the door and had no idea who he was. So my dad went to every single neighboring house, and nobody had ever heard of a Gene. My dad called the police to report the man. Police said they would be on the lookout for him, and it even made the news. We never again saw or heard from Gene, or whatever his real name was.
Hell yeah, Delix. Good to have you back, brother. Have you been over to John Wilson Lee's stream recently? I want to check out 3 nightmarish Zoom call. I mean, how can a Zoom call be a horror story? We'll see. We'll see. I'm guessing one of these, someone's going to get murdered on stream or something.
It was sometime in April, peak corona time in my state. Quarantining and lockdown were still in effect. There was nothing to do on Friday and Saturday nights besides Zoom calls with your friends. It was like a week after I finally hopped on the wave and agreed to jump on a Zoom call with my 4 friends, Ashley, Haley, Sylvia, and Alexa. It was a Friday night, and it was supposed to be our little Zoom drinking party. We were going to be playing drinking games and just staying up until the early hours of the morning. Ashley shared the link to join the Zoom call in our iMessage group chat. We joined one at a time. First Ashley, then me, then Haley and Sylvia.
I hate looking at blurred images of people. Fucks in the eyes, dude.
I was the only one on my phone.
I don't know why. It makes me feel like I
switched to my laptop as well. It took a little while for Alexa to finally join, but when she joined, her screen was black. We all joked around, chanting Alexa's name and whatever.
You have 2 burgers and 2 tater tots?
Her webcam.
Or 2 burgers and tater tots?
Typing into the text chat of the Zoom call, saying she didn't know what was wrong with her webcam and microphone, that it said both were offline. We continued to joke around about it, but also tried helping her, though we didn't really know how to be of much assistance with that. Eventually she typed in the chat, "BRB, I'm gonna go try to figure this out." So we all went on to our drinking and just chatting on our video chat, while we figured Alexa was doing whatever to try to fix her computer. But something randomly happened sometime into our call. Something completely unexpected that kind of scarred all of us. Alexa's cam suddenly started working, and her box went from black to showing an old creepy man doing something I really don't want to repeat. When he noticed the camera turned on, he jumped to close the laptop, and the screen went dark again. The 4 of us screamed and started freaking out. We tried calling Alexa.
God, that thing looks like a fucking...
We didn't have her mom
dude.
or sister's number, so we all agreed to drive over to Alexa's place to see what was going on. Her mom answered the door in her robe, looking concerned. We asked her if Alexa was home. She said yes and called her down. Alexa never responded, though. Her mother said she had just gotten home an hour ago, but that Alexa's door was locked half an hour earlier. We all explained what happened on the Zoom call, and she freaked out and ran upstairs to bang on Alexa's door. That got no answers. We all got a sickly feeling when we realized what could be going on.
She's dead.
Alexa's mom called the cops that second, and when Officer Perry showed up, we told him everything. He called for backup and went upstairs to knock on the door and tried to reason with me.
So you're telling me that there is a dude in this room with your daughter and you're not even trying to break down the door? I mean, look at, if 90% of house like bedroom doors, you could kick your entire foot through easily. I mean, I get that she's a chick or whatever, and I'm not saying that chicks can't break down doors, but like, you could break down that fucking door. A child probably could break down a bedroom door. I mean, fucking find a hammer around the house or something. And they're gonna call for the cops, and the cops like, I think I'm gonna call for backup before I let her just finish out bleeding out in there, and then we'll get backup in to take down this guy. Okay.
Whoever could be in there. When there was no
What's
response,
up, Credo?
He began to kick the door down. When he finally broke through the door, there was no one on the bed. The laptop and phone were left on the bed, but no one was in the room. The window was wide open, enough for someone to crawl through and hop outside down to the awning roof below. We all found Alexa in the basement minutes later. She was hiding under a blanket in the corner of the room. She said when she was home alone, she saw some older man with a big knife sticking out of his pocket in the living room, so she snuck down to the basement and hid. She didn't know when it was safe to come out of hiding, as she couldn't hear her mother getting home. Police backup finally showed up, and the information of the break-in and the man was sent to the local news outlets to alert people to be on the lookout. It's crazy how that Zoom call might have saved Alexa and her mother's lives.
Like, here's a little hack. If you want to make sure that your house doesn't get broken into, or, you don't want to get murdered in your sleep, just put a sign out by your front door and say, look, there's no trespassers allowed. You're not allowed to break in my house. And then they'll read the sign and they, won't do it. It's just that simple, dude. Just tell them not to do it. Same thing with you don't want people bringing guns in your house. Like, no guns allowed. Please don't bring guns to my house. And then they'll have to find another weapon or something because they're not allowed. Simple, dude.
A few weeks ago, my friends and I decided to hold a Zoom reunion, as we had not seen each other for quite some time, and all of us finally had the time to chat since there was a lockdown in our country.
This guy is getting fucking turned up right here, for sure. Same with this dude. Anyways.
We're all college students, and most of us had lost contact with each other, so we decided to
We got
post
that
on
bottle
our
of
social
Listerine,
media
boys. Let's
that
go.
We would be holding a Zoom reunion, which was open to all the alumni of our old school. We got responses from many people, and we even accepted people we didn't know as long as they knew our mutual friends.
The sign works exactly, see?
We wanted it to be a big social event and didn't really care who joined. Finally, the day of the reunion arrived. I scheduled a meeting and posted it on my Instagram story because there were too many people to individually text, which I now realize was a big mistake because I had basically given everyone access to join the Zoom call. The Zoom meeting began normally, with all of us excited to meet our old friends. We made some new friends through our mutual friends, and we were having a grand time.
Straight up, I don't trust this guy. I think he's just shady. I don't trust him. And I definitely do not trust this feller. He looks like a knockoff Harry Potter. Don't like him. Straight up. Don't like him.
When someone called sat_an_20 unmuted their mic and started making groaning sounds. We had a friend named Anne, so we thought it was just her pranking us. We texted her to stop because it was getting annoying, but to our surprise she texted back apologizing because she hadn't attended the call due to prior engagements. We were surprised and asked this Anne person to open their video and show us their face or they would be removed from the meeting. They didn't show their face, so I removed them from the meeting. The Zoom call resumed, and we were all joking about the incident. Suddenly, my network strength became weak, and I had to leave the meeting. I joined back soon after, but SatAn20 had somehow taken the opportunity and re-entered the meeting in the few seconds that we unlocked it. This time they began to share their screen and displayed a video of a black tunnel on loop. We were terrified, and a lot of people were leaving the meeting because of it, but my friends and I were determined to find the person who was destroying our reunion. We constantly tried to remove them from the meeting.
Scary looking dogs
my
will
friend's
help.
network connection weakened. Somehow, the SatAn20 person became the host. There was nothing we could do now. The account was still playing the video on loop and chanting something in a strange language.
You and Anne just not hanging out anymore, or what?
I really wanted to know who was disrupting it.
I thought you guys hung out like every night.
Stopped, and SatAn20 started talking in a distorted voice about how my brother Rav had completed the ritual and attained salvation, and we could take their help and do the same too. Here's the thing. I had a twin brother who died before birth. My parents had wanted to name him Rav. They told me when I was very young about his prenatal death and begged me to never talk about him. Only my grandparents and parents knew about him, as the subject was too painful to disclose to others. I had always wanted a twin, and blaming myself for his death, I never told anyone about him. Soon after, we had moved to a new city. I was certain that the only people who knew about my brother in the city were my parents. I had not told even my best friends about him. I had no idea how this SatAn20 person knew about him. They truly had no way of knowing that I knew about. With shaking hands, and now without a doubt
Deluxe has got a
convinced that
story.
this was a supernatural occurrence,
What's up, Pamela?
I wordlessly exited the meeting.
Training.
I do not know what happened afterwards. I didn't respond to my friends' texts and have since not talked to them. To this day, I know this is an experience
What's up, Ian?
I will not
What's up,
soon
hot
forget.
sauce?
In April of this year, my school had made a virtual classroom thing where we would do all of our assignments online on websites like Google Classroom and whatnot.
That would be
creepy. They also told us about a new tool called Zoom, where students
probably
and
looking
teachers
for a
can all
serial
have
killer,
a virtual meeting to talk about schoolwork and stuff. Well, one day in May, after I finished my assignments, my dad went out on a night shift at his job. So it was only my mom and my mom was asleep. I called my friends, and we all agreed to try a Zoom call out with each other to catch up on how everyone has been, and it also eventually ended with us playing some console games like Call of Duty. At one point, around 10 p.m., we were playing Modern Warfare, and all of a sudden, one of my friends, who I'll call Jack for privacy reasons, suddenly told me that he saw a very sudden blurred movement behind me in my room, but he wasn't sure because my lights were off, and the only light was from the TV in my room. I have a somewhat small room with only my bed, a drawer next to my bed, a closet in the left corner of the room, and my TV in the front. That's when I noticed that my pillow was on the floor. I went over to pick it up, and I just dismissed it, thinking it accidentally fell or something. So I just went back to play with my friends. About 10 minutes passed by, and Jack once again says he swears he sees movement behind me in my room. When I turned around, I saw that the pillow had fallen again in the exact same spot. This time I became anxious because I knew 100% I put the pillow in a place that it couldn't possibly fall without someone or something moving it. I bend down slowly to pick it up, and then I hear Jack scream. I put the pillow on the bed and rushed over to my laptop sitting on my chair to ask him what was wrong. All he said was to look under my bed, and I saw it. I saw two glowing eyes which were lit up by the TV screen. Once the person realized that I saw them, they immediately jumped out and tried to grab me. I instinctively swung my arm at their head, and I hit him right in the nose. He looked to be at least 45 and had long, dried, straight hair that looked like it hadn't been cut or washed in at least a year. He had a scratchy-looking beard and was a very skinny but tall guy. He looked to be about 6'3". He fell onto my bed, and I could see his nose was bleeding, so I took my chance and ran to my mom's room and locked the door. I could hear his footsteps stomping through the house, coming towards the room, so I immediately told my mom to call the police despite her groggily shouting at me to tell her what was happening. She called the cops, and by then I could hear his footsteps as he was going from room to room to find where I went. When he came to the room we were in, he tried the handle, and when he saw it was locked, he knew we were in the room. But he didn't bang on the door like I thought he would. Instead, I heard a small chuckle, and then I looked under the little crack under the door, and I could see his feet standing there. As soon as I looked under, he looked through the crack as well, and I could see his bloodshot eye. I also saw a couple drops of blood on the floor.
Right when he's on the floor, looking through the crack, that's when I fucking unlock the door.
In a psychotic, high-pitched...
And I fucking swing that motherfucker open. Cracking his fucking skull. And then I'm gonna get on top of him, and I'd realistically want to choke someone out. That'd probably be my go-to, but I'd want to get a couple hits in first, just out of pure rage and frustration. So I'd probably break his nose, and then I might gouge one of his eyes out. And then after that, then I'm gonna put him in a chokehold position, and then he's done. It's over. But yeah, if there was a railing like this, I would also really like to, Spartan kick someone through a railing down below. That would be very satisfying to do that. I've always wanted to do that.
Childish voice. When I backed away, he screamed like a madman and started banging on the door over and over. I started covering my ears, trying to shut
You got drunk 5 hours ago? Yeah, drunk is nice.
Just then, we hear the sirens outside, but the man doesn't stop banging and shouting. The police knock on the door, and when they hear the man, they immediately knock the door down and come in, literally like something from a movie. I heard the man stop, and I thought the police already got him. When I opened the door, I saw the man facing the two officers, looking like he was going to attack them. When he stepped towards them, one of them shot a taser at him, and he immediately fell and started shaking violently. They cuffed him and took him out to the car, and a third officer came to question me and my mom. I told him the whole story, and then the three officers started searching for the place of breaking and entering, and it turned out that he had broken in through the window in my dad's office room, and they found a small axe and drill under my bed in my room. We later found out this man wasn't documented, and no one knew who he was, and he didn't appear to have any family. He was sent to a mental institution, but that's not the worst part. The police later tried to find out where the man originally lived, and all the man told them was that he lived in the woods near my home. When the police went searching for his home for any evidence, they found a small secluded area in the woods with a small wooden shack. When they went in, they told us that they found multiple weapons, bags of old food, and worst of all, 2 pictures of me, one of me asleep, which was taken from inside the house outside my bedroom door, and one of me eating dinner from outside the window. I hope nothing like this ever happens to anyone.
Seems like a good guy,
I hope
you know.
no one else has
Trying to
to
get
another
make some
dead
memories.
body to the
You know, what's wrong with
list
that?
from this terrible year.
He's finished a meme. Nice one, Nick. Good job. We definitely will be doing a Reddit review tonight. Okay. Let's check out Lamart, see what they got. God, they haven't uploaded in a while, have they? Let's do I want one that seems like it's realistic. I've seen the fishing story. True hunting story.
I was doing some night hog hunting in the woods near my backyard.
God.
I was hiding in the tower I had built about a decade ago. In case anyone's wondering, I of course had a night vision scope attachment. I guess I'm what you would consider a hardcore hunter. I don't want to bore you with the unnecessary...
Yeah, I got a scope attachment. I mean, I guess you could say I'm kind of a big deal. I'm kind of like what someone would say a hardcore hunter, but it's no big deal.
Story prolonging details, so I'll make this short. And I want everyone to know that though I agree this story sounds far-fetched and crazy, it is nothing but the truth. And I in a way actually consider myself lucky that I'll always have such a horrifying story to share. So, while I was sitting in the tower waiting for movement, it finally came. I took aim and found the source. But it wasn't at all a hog, or any kind of animal I was expecting.
You're in your final college year?
It was a person.
Text
A man wearing all black. Black sweatpants, black shoes, and a black hoodie with the hood over his head. But that wasn't the freakiest part. He was dragging a sack behind him. My heart started racing. I was pretty sure I was witnessing this guy trying to bury a body. I continued to watch him, but then he slowed down, and I swear to God, it looked as if he turned his head up to me. I ducked down under the wooden walls of the tower, shaking in my boots. Yes, I had a gun, but just the idea of using it against a person is horrifying. I lay low, praying to God that he hadn't seen me. It wouldn't make sense if he could, though. It's practically pitch black out here, or at least that was my logic. Seconds felt like an eternity as I waited for the footsteps in the leaves to move elsewhere, but I didn't hear any footsteps. All I heard was the sound of a foot hitting one of the wooden planks on the ladder of the tower. I felt the entire tower vibrate and shake as there were 2 more steps moving up the ladder. At this point, I was asking myself deep down, am I going to be able to shoot someone?
Fuck yeah.
But for some reason, whoever was down there decided not to climb all the way up, as I heard them jump back down to the forest ground and began dragging the sack away. I think I stayed frozen like a statue for at least 10 minutes before even peeking over the ledge again. The coast seemed clear. I had to get home and warn the police immediately. I hopped over the ledge and descended down the ladder. I turned on my pocket flashlight, which in hindsight was a stupid move considering the situation, and ran back in the direction of my house. I was only able to run for about 10 seconds or so when I heard the rapid, manic footsteps crunching the leaves from behind me. I took a look over my shoulder, and there he was, inches away from my face. I spun around and shot him in the shoulder. He stopped and screamed in agony, and I took that moment to finish my dash to my house. Again, in hindsight, I should have held him hostage somehow, but that doesn't even matter now. I called the police, who showed up within 15 minutes with a whole search squad, and I led them all into the woods to the exact location where I shot him. There was a faint yet noticeable blood trail spilled onto the leaves, which led past the body bag, which the cops seized, and eventually right to the maniac, who was hiding under a log next to a tree. He was arrested and tried for the murder of Jin-Quen Sakanaki, a Japanese corner store owner. I don't know the full story behind it, but I do know I won't forget this one for the rest of my life, and I'll also be telling it for the rest of my life.
Interesting. I mean, just shoot him. Uploaded the meme. Nice. My buddy just had a baby, so I'm talking to him right now, but I'm a little distracted. 3 true hunting stories.
When somebody goes hunting, they're normally right smack in the middle of a forest or the woods, completely devoid of other people. Seems like the perfect setting for a horror story, right? These 3 supposedly true stories will show you just what can go wrong while hunting. This first story was submitted to me in June by somebody named Robert Scherneman. His story takes place upstate New York, a place I'm familiar with. Here's his story. I've been a passionate hunter ever since my dad before me started taking me out on trips every Saturday, and I thought I would pass down the same tradition to my son. During the setting of this story, my son Peter was 10 years old. I figured that was a good age to introduce him to the world of hunting. I armed Peter and myself with Remington Model 798 sniper rifles, however I carried it until I found the spot where I usually find game. We could have used the deer hunting tower hidden deeper in the woods, but I figured that wouldn't be the best first-time experience. I handed him the gun when we
Congratulations,
were set up.
Dills, buddy.
I had already taught him the basics of firearms, so it wasn't like I was taking him out there with no experience. I chose to stay put the first time as it would be easier for him, and I figured I would move up to the more advanced methods of hunting in the future sessions. There was a lot of waiting, more waiting than usual in this certain spot. I could see Peter was getting bored, constantly yawning and sighing, and that disappointed me. I didn't want him to think this sport was that boring, so I packed up our stuff and told him we're moving. He seemed to perk up a bit with excitement, and that made me happy. As soon as we began walking, I heard footsteps. I put my arm in front of Peter silently and motioned for him to raise his gun. He did with excitement, until I spotted someone's head peer out from around a tree in the distance. I pushed the gun down immediately, a bit disappointed, but also relieved that Peter didn't shoot. I gave him a quick little apologetic wave, and with that, he disappeared back behind the tree out of sight. Was he another hunter? I couldn't tell, but from what I saw of him, even in the distance, there was something off-putting about his face. I couldn't put my
meme you
finger
made
on
was
what
hard
it
as
was
fuck.
at that moment.
The story dumb as fuck, but I like the
Seeing somebody
animation.
this deep into the woods
Sometimes
was
they're-
rare,
yeah, sometimes
and
they're
also
kinda like,
strange, and this guy didn't exactly look like a hunter. So, as a safety precaution, I suppose, I steered Peter in the other direction. Still no sign of any deer. Peter asked me about the man, like who I thought he was, for example, as expected, and I just told him I didn't know, and I didn't think we should get closer. I didn't want to lie to him. A few minutes later, Peter started complaining that he was hungry. I was getting pretty hungry myself, so we stopped and unpacked our snacks. I was extremely disappointed that nothing had happened by now. While eating my sandwich, I heard footsteps again in the distance. Peter did too, as he immediately picked up his rifle and pointed it in that direction. I felt my heart drop when I could see the same man from before peering out from another tree at us. I lowered Peter's gun again, and I noticed he seemed a bit uncomfortable now, as was I. I told him to wait there while I began to walk over to the man, trying to emotionally prepare myself to confront him. About halfway over, I stopped and thought to myself, what the hell am I doing? My son is right over there. I turned around and hurried back to Peter, telling
What's
him
up,
it's time
clowns?
to
How you
go.
doing, buddy?
If you had your son in the middle of the woods and you thought you were being stalked, odds are you would just want to get out of there too. We were not running. We were merely walking back to the road. I was mentally waiting.
Like I said, I'm heavily distracted right now because some real world stuff that's happening in my life right now. But good stuff.
I nudged Peter to go along ahead. I angrily
so if I'm looking at my phone, that's why. My best friend has had a baby,
was once again
unexpectedly.
peering from behind a tree.
Not unexpected, but you know what I mean.
I'd say when I got within 30 feet from the tree, he moved back behind the tree out of sight. And then I heard a thud, as if something were just dropped onto the ground. I had my gun loaded in my hand as I cautiously walked up to the tree. I didn't even say a word. I don't know why. All I did was slowly creep up to the tree, and when I got there, I felt as if everything around me had completely collapsed, or rather ceased to exist, and all that I could focus on was the head laying face first on the ground in front of me. No body, just head. I didn't even look up or around the tree to see who had dropped it there. I just full on sprinted back to Peter and told him to run. We made it back home safely within 5 minutes, and I made 100% sure we weren't followed. However, I stayed up the whole night keeping watch for the sake of my family's safety. I found out the next day through my wife that there had been 2 disappearances of local hunters, and that's when I called the police and reported what I had experienced. I had to, of course, play it safe for a long time, at least a few months, before taking my son out again. What baffles me, though, is how this
How you been recently, clowns?
managed to kill 2 hunters who
I haven't been able to
obviously
get
had
anyone
be
in
armed
your
with
streams
some kind of weapon.
Recently, I need to join your streams
I
here
have since resumed hunting with my son.
more often. I've been missing out on them. I haven't been getting the notification for whatever
The
reason.
next story was submitted to me just a month ago
up,
by
Shay?
Nathan Zielinski, and it's more of a mix between a camping and a hunting story. Here it is. It was my first time hunting. I was 21, going with my friends Anthony, Christian, Tom, and his girlfriend Diana to some park in Colorado to go elk hunting. We brought 2 separate tents that were relatively large, sleeping bags, 2 days worth of food and drinks, and of course, guns. I couldn't even tell you the name of the gun Anthony handed me. It was just a basic looking hunting rifle. Honestly, I didn't know how I felt about the whole thing. Killing a living, breathing animal that has just as much of a will to live as me, merely for so-called fun, didn't seem cool to me. But it was like the 5th time Anthony offered, and I felt like I had to say yes. I decided I wouldn't shoot any animals about halfway through the car ride. Anthony pulled into a lot, we unpacked the car, and proceeded to hike about a mile into the woods before setting up camp. First thing after setting up camp, we all followed Anthony's lead as he proudly babbled on about hunting techniques. I wished I had someone to laugh about it with, but everyone else seemed serious about it as well. I tried busting Anthony's chops by asking him, wouldn't it be better to stop talking if you don't want to scare away any potential prey? He got pissed. I could tell he took this really seriously, and from there on, I shut up. And by there
What's up,
on,
DJ?
I mean however long things were going normal, and that wasn't long. During our hunt, we ran into a rather strange group of people.
No worries,
3
Shay.
rather large,
No worries.
dirty men with long, sticky hair.
Long,
It looked
sticky
like
hair.
they
Everyone
belonged
likes
to
that.
some kind of inbreeding house deep in the woods. They looked at us and sort of nodded their heads as if to say hello as we passed by them, one by one. We were officially freaked out. It might sound like something that would be laughable, but under the circumstances, it was horrifying. We were deep in the woods, far from the lot, which was, for the record, completely empty, and it may sound exaggerated, but these 3 looked like creepy lowlives who could be dangerous. Thankfully, though, they didn't follow us, which allowed for us to peacefully go on with our hunt. Anthony ended up killing a deer. We didn't find any elks. We dragged the deer all the way back to our campsite, and that was actually our dinner for the night. Anthony and Tom went through a disgusting, bloody process of skinning, and I'm pretty sure gutting the deer, but I didn't watch for more than a few seconds. Anthony made us venison burgers. He came prepared with the buns and everything.
How was my beer?
While I didn't
It is
particularly agree with the
delicious.
sport, I was impressed with Anthony.
Not really. It's not really good.
We
It
went to
doesn't
sleep first thing at dark with the fire still going.
It doesn't really
outside.
taste good. It kind of hurts.
And I was having a really bad time trying to get comfortable in that sleeping bag. Anthony and Christian seemed to fall asleep
It's all right.
quickly, while I, on the other hand, had to be rolling around for at least 2 hours. I've always had a hard time falling asleep in sleeping bags. I was actually about to get up and go outside to pee when I heard footsteps coming from outside the tent. I opened my mouth to call out Tom or Diana's name, but I realized, what if it wasn't them? I laid silently and listened. In an unexpected instant, the zipper to our tent got pulled down, and I threw my head down to the side and acted as if I were asleep. There was a short pause before the zipper got pulled back up. I waited until the pairs of footsteps moved away. They seemed to be moving to Tom and Diana's tent. Then I realized it must have been them, and they must have been checking if we were asleep so they could, mess around, I guess.
Venison tacos.
So I decided
I've had a lot of deer meat in my day. In my day,
I gave it about 5 minutes before I unzipped the tent and began creeping over to their tent.
Have you ever had sour beer? No, but I've heard of it. They have at my liquor store that I go to. They have a big. What the fuck is it called? I want to say it's like purple and green or something. I forget, it's got like a T-Rex logo or something. I don't know, but it's like sour beer or something. Like I don't know what the fuck it is. I want to try it, but I don't want to spend money on some of this shit. So I don't know.
Done. That's strange, I thought to myself. I crept over expecting to scare the two lovebirds, but instead, when I got close enough, I saw 2 men inside of the tent doing something to Diana.
What's up, Industrial?
At that moment, I screamed as loud as I could, mostly out of fear, but also to wake everyone up. Anthony and Christian stormed out from the tent with their rifles. When the 2 men fled from the tent, I realized something. They were the same 2 men we had seen earlier. Tom and Anthony fired rounds in their direction to scare them off. However, something even more horrifying happened after that. After they shot their rounds, we all looked around us, completely horrified, as men in almost all directions who were previously hiding in bushes and behind trees were taking off in different directions.
We
tried waking up Tom and Diana, but they seemed to have been injected with some kind of tranquilizers by the men.
You're from Australia?
We had no choice but to wait until they woke up, which took about
vagina
bacteria? Half an hour. Running back to the car in that pitch-black forest was one of the most horrifying moments.
Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate you, brother.
We don't know who all those people were. They could have been part of some secluded inbreeding house for all we knew, or even some kind of cannibalistic family.
God, why's my spacebar not?
We have no
industrial ship. I'm sorry to pause this the story for you guys. I mean, I don't know if you guys are even into this. We'll switch videos here. I promise. I'm so distracted with what's going on right here on my phone with personal things. I'm trying to stay focused, but it's also hot as fuck in here. It's like a fucking million degrees. But if I turn my fan on, then it is like loud and noisy. Anyways. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, Industrial Ship with a $2 donation. He says, chillin', bro. Thank you for the $2 dono. Industrial, you are now tonight's leader in donations. You are the top donation king for tonight so far.
No idea what they were planning on doing with Tom and Diana, but we're just happy we all got out of there safely. This last story was written by Jared the Sprinter, and he shares his night hunting experience. I was doing some night hog hunting in the woods near my backyard. I was hiding in the tower I had built about a decade ago. In case anyone's wondering, I of course had a night vision scope attachment. I guess I'm what you would consider a hardcore hunter. I don't want to bore you with the unnecessary story prolonging
details. Wait, is this the same one we just watched?
You would consider a hardcore hunter I had built about a decade ago. In case anyone's wondering, I of course had a night vision scope attachment. I guess I'm what you would consider a hardcore hunter.
I can't take that seriously, man. I have a night vision scope, so I guess you consider me a hardcore hunter. Yeah, okay. More, like, bro, I feel like if you were a hardcore hunter would never use a night vision scope. They'd like, the wind is at 24. Like, they're in the fucking night and they're like using their fucking like weird natural, like, tasting the water. Yep, there's a deer 20 miles north. A night vision scope is like cheating. Like, what? That's just funny. It's like, I guess you could say I'm a hardcore gamer. It's like you play Minecraft. It's like, stop. God damn it. Whoever wrote that is bad. Anyways, that's the same story we just listened to. What are those baby pickles called? If Dill is having if I'm not having a baby. Okay, nah. Dill's having a baby. Nah, I don't. I hope I don't have a baby. I hope if I have a kid, then I would be very upset. I don't think I do. For whatever reason, I'm getting so many notifications right now. It's hot as fuck. I'm sweating. You can't see it, but I am sweating. Dark 5. Let's see what Dark 5's got. Okay. Half of the stuff I'm dealing with on my phone is business related to my YouTube channel. I am potentially working on a collab. Potentially. I don't want to say too much, and I don't want to jinx it. Every time I say something's going to happen, it never fucking happens. I swear to God. I'm going to turn this fan on. Let me know if you guys can hear this fan, okay? Just let me know if you can hear this. Because it is so hot in my room right now. It is 97 degrees in Iowa. Even at nighttime. I am sweating. Like, I have air conditioning, but it can't keep up with this heat. Is that loud? Is that annoying? If it is, I will turn it off. Don't worry about it. But I just want to know. I figured I turned it off because I figured my mic would pick it up. It definitely, I can see it picking it up. But let me know. I'll turn it off. Just let me know. It's not loud? Okay. Jesus. No. Okay. It's barely... Okay, cool. I at least got a breeze on me. It feels much better. Let's see. What should we do? Laser tank... 5 creepy... Does this have his voice? It does, okay. Just take off your shirt. The fan is noisy.
The Potomsky Crater. When geologist Vladimir Kolpakov began his expedition into Siberia in 1949, the local Yakut people warned him of the Fire Eagle Nest, calling it, quote, an evil place deep in the woods that even the animals avoided. It reportedly made people feel sick when they approached it, and it's a place where many locals had disappeared. Undeterred by the tales of evil spirits, Kolpakov found the Potomsky Crater that resembled the mouth of a volcano. Rising 25 stories above the surrounding forest, Kolpakov believed it was only about 250 years old, an estimate supported by later studies which claim it must be between 300 and 350 years old. Curiously, the trees around the crater show, quote, a period of accelerated growth similar to that seen in the forests around Chernobyl. Some believe the crater was formed by a meteorite impact, the Tungska meteoroid, since no crater for that event has ever been found.
What's up, Ashlyn? How you
despite
doing?
It being the highest impact event since humanity began record keeping. Yet geologists say the Potomsky crater lacks the hallmarks of such an event and was most likely caused by something else. Others believe it's the landing site of an alien craft, which could also explain the crater's local lore. Alternative explanations point to volcanic activity, which is highly unlikely in the area, or to some sort of gas entrapment. No definite origin story has been corroborated. Yet the Fire Eagle Nest continues to prove that it's a mysterious and unwelcoming place. In 2005, the leader of a research expedition to the crater suffered a heart attack as he approached the formation. The reason for the negative impact of the area on visitors' health is also
97 degrees.
Mystery.
Dude, I think Celsius is the weirdest thing ever. Like 30, isn't it like 35 degrees hot? I don't get that.
Bouvet Island is
to
located
me, a
in the
scale
South
of...
Atlantic.
I know Americans use like dumb measuring techniques, and I get that. But I feel like 0 to 100 is the best scale of measuring certain things. Like temperature, for example, is like 0 is cold, 100 is hot, and then you can go in between or whatever. I don't know. That's just me. I'm not saying that America does a lot of dumb shit, and the way we do a lot of, like, the metric system and all that, but I don't know. I think Celsius is fucking weird. I just never will understand that. Like, oh, 35 degrees out today in Celsius. It's so hot. It's like, what? Why 30? That's weird. I don't know.
Roughly 1,100 miles.
37 is hot? See, that's
from
weird.
Antarctica. It's covered 90%
I know I sound like a dumb
glaciers
American.
and stretches
I am a
19
dumb
square
American.
miles, or 49 square kilometers.
32 is cold.
It's
What?
also inhospitable for life, and
No,
is often
it's
considered
37
one
is
of the
hot.
most
How is
isolated
32
places
cold?
on Earth. At
What
the
do you
center
mean?
of the island, there's an
Fahrenheit.
inactive volcano crater, now filled with ice. The island is often only accessible by helicopter, because the choppy seas in the area make visiting by boat extremely dangerous. For those reasons, British explorers aboard the HMS Protector were stunned to discover an abandoned, unidentified lifeboat on a visit to Bouvet in 1964. On land nearby were, quote, oars, wood, a drum, and a copper tank, but there were no apparent signs of island residents or their remains.
You're from Canada and we use Celsius, and I still
Mysteriously,
prefer Fahrenheit.
when an expedition returned to Bouvet
I think
Island 2
Fahrenheit
years
just,
later,
to me, it makes more
the
sense. I mean,
lifeboat
obviously,
and all
to
the
me,
supplies
but I just,
had vanished.
it's weird. Celsius is weird. I don't understand.
Records indicate the site may have been linked to a Soviet science and whaling expedition, Slava 9, and that the lifeboat travelers may have been recovered
Oh,
by
you're
a
talking about
helicopter
Americans.
shortly after arriving at the island. However, on September 22nd, 1979, an American Vela Hotel satellite captured a bright
Celsius
double
is
flash
better for
on
chemistry?
or above the waters between Prince Edward Island and Bouvet Island, leading to rumors of alien activity or of a meteor falling. No evidence has surfaced that what became known as the Vela incident and the mysterious lifeboat were connected. Researchers believe that the most likely origin of the flashes was a secret nuclear test, with the original report claiming that the flashes had, quote, many of the features of signals from previously observed nuclear explosions. Some believe the test was perhaps launched by Israel and South Africa. Both nations have denied these allegations, and the claim has been countered by New Zealand's National Radiation Laboratory, which found no radioactivity that could support this explanation. Much of the details collected have been kept a secret by the US government, and the origin of the flashes at Bouvet Island remains a mystery. Hessdalen Lights. Reports of mysterious lights visible from Hessdalen, Norway, have been routinely documented since the 19th century. Most reports...
Coco, that's cool, dude. You only got 2 memes.
large,
That's better
bright
than
white,
0 memes.
Blue, red, or yellow lights floating above the ground or shooting
Don't
at
worry about it,
amazing
brother.
speeds. And occasionally,
You don't have to do
triangle,
memes every week. You got shit
pyramid,
going on, and you have to do that
cylindrical, or
shit.
disc-shaped Objects
I understand, bro.
that
It's not a
spacecraft
problem.
accompany
You
the
don't,
lights.
you don't have to feel pressure to do memes.
The Hessdalen lights
Just so you
cover a
know. I
long
think you know
stretch
that.
of
Just so you
7.5
know.
miles or 12 kilometers of the valley, both during the day and at night. The first sightings date to 1811, but the unexplained phenomenon was being reported up to 20 times per week in the 1980s.
That guy looks fucking weird.
There have also been unverifiable reports of different sightings, such as astronomical bodies, aircraft, car headlights, and mirages. Despite extensive study, scientists remain unsure of the source of the lights, but theories range from ionized dust in the atmosphere to flammable crystals surrounded by plasma, unexplained gas leaks, and extraterrestrial alien
want-
vehicles.
to see a UFO so bad. You have no idea how badly I want to see a UFO. It goes Bigfoot. To me, if I could see anything in the world, ooh, it'd probably be dinosaurs. I want to see what a real-life dinosaur would look like and act, like a T-Rex. I just want to see that so bad for some reason. Then it would be... Ooh, I don't know. Aliens or dinosaurs? I guess aliens number 1. It's close. And then dinosaurs number 2. I for whatever reason, I want to see how they actually acted. And then number 3 would be probably Bigfoot. Because there's more question marks with aliens than there are with dinosaurs. And I think getting to watch and sit next to an alien and get to experience telekinesis. Because apparently people that have experienced telekinesis, and this is only like a very few high upper class people that came out and talked, said it was like the weirdest sensation ever when something is in your head talking and you can't control it. And it's weird. You don't know how to... You're getting used to it, but at first it's very shaking. Like, it's fucking jarring as fuck. Like someone's talking inside your head. It's weird. Do they know English? I'm sure they've learned it. I guarantee you they have. They're smart enough to know and pick up languages. But how did they even interact at first? Do they have a translator inside their... Are they so smart to have a translator inside their brain that just talks to you in English? I don't know. You've never seen anything 14? What is 14?
In regard to the
I know
last
you want to see a
theory,
weather balloon. I'd love to
UFO
see a weather
Norge
balloon,
and UFO
dude.
Sweden conducted inconclusive investigations from 1983 to 85. Scholars and researchers have been taken to study the lights relatively
What do you
unsuccessfully.
want Dill for me to draw?
Most
Draw
unsettling is the repeated finding
draw
that when
me
a
and
laser
the
beam is
Avengers.
shined at the lights,
Something with me
it
or
transitions from a
Thanos or
single
Avengers,
flash
something
to a
like
double
that would be
flash,
badass.
which some believe could
Like
be an attempt of alien
Thanos,
life to
me and
communicate
Thanos
with
stand next to each
Earthlings.
other, me and Iron Man or
The
fucking
Toxic Lady. In February 1994, a disoriented Gloria Ramirez was brought by ambulance to
Australia
Riverside General
Super
Hospital
Log
in
1?
Riverside, California. The medical team noticed
I gotta get a
quote,
beer.
fruity, garlic-like odor emanating from her mouth, and a nurse who drew her blood recalled a strong ammonia-like smell which wafted out of the syringe, along with mysterious white flecks within her blood. Shortly thereafter, 2 members of the medical team fainted, and others began feeling nauseous, causing the staff to evacuate the emergency room to the parking lot. Only a small team of physicians remained to treat Ramirez, while 23 people in the hospital became ill, 5 of whom required
I'm sorry, yeah,
hospitalization.
telepathy. I
Ramirez
don't know why I
passed
said
away from
telekinesis.
kidney failure only
I'm
45
drunk, okay?
minutes
Give me a
after her
break.
admission.
Yeah.
And an investigation
I apologize.
failed to identify
I
the
meant
illness
telepathy.
that took over the room.
A telepath is, yeah.
No one understood what had transpired, so the Department of Health and Human Services sent in 2 scientists to investigate.
But also telekinesis would be sick.
After interviewing 34 members of the staff, they discovered that people with the most intense
If I had telekinesis right now, I would literally lift my beer up and pour it into my mouth without any hands. That would be fucking the first thing I do.
reactions had been working within 2 feet of the toxic patient. After wrapping their investigation, they suggested that the most likely explanation was mass hysteria. The dismissive theory angered the hospital staff, particularly a medical resident who had spent 2 weeks in intensive care after the incident, even developing avascular necrosis, dead bone tissue due to interrupted blood flow, and hepatitis, inflammation of the liver. The Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory was then asked to investigate the incident. An autopsy suggested Ramirez was using dimethyl sulfoxide, an industrial greasing agent, as a highly uncommon painkiller. While this would have caused the flakes in her blood, as the combination of oxygen administered by paramedics and dimethyl sulfoxide would have turned it into dimethyl sulfone, which crystallizes at room temperature, it could not explain the ammonia smell. As for the cause of death,
No, yeah, for
the
sure.
scientists theorized that the dimethyl sulfoxide may have caused a urinary blockage that induced kidney failure. As for why the chemical hurt the medical team, they reported that the emergency defibrillation administered by the paramedics
I was tearing up
released
at that
electric
point.
shocks, which converted the chemical into dimethyl sulfate.
When Iron Man
an
snapped, I
extremely
knew it was
toxic
going to happen. I
substance.
knew everyone's cheering. I wasn't. I knew that meant he
Not
died.
everyone involved accepted this explanation, including the family of the patient.
I actually
The
knew
New Times LA
he
published
was
an
going to do it before the
alternative
movie
theory
started. I had a
that Gloria
feeling.
Ramirez was exposed to methylamine, which is used to produce methamphetamine and has a distinctly strong ammonia smell. Claims had been made that Riverside was one of the greatest distribution sites of the illicit drug in the country. Their theory, believed by some, is that the hospital workers were in cahoots to produce methamphetamine, and that some of the materials were hidden in IV bags, one of which was accidentally given to Ramirez in place of an actual IV. The patient was dubbed the Toxic Lady by the media, and to this day, no theory explaining the events that transpired has been unequivocally confirmed.
That's always good, you know.
Alien megastructure.
The Yowie? The Yowie,
Strange
mate.
space object
It's
known as
Australian
KIC
Bigfoot.
8462852 has been known for its mysterious dimming and brightening behavior since 2015. And on May 19, 2017, an urgent call was sent to astronomers throughout the world to turn their telescopes to the star again. Also known as Boyagin's star or Tabby's star, the object was discovered by the Kepler telescope and was observed dimming unexpectedly over the course of a 3-day event. A range of scientific hypotheses have attempted to explain the bizarre phenomenon, but none has been convincing enough to rule out the others. One popular explanation is that an uneven ring of microscopic fine dust orbiting the star has been displacing the light, but the reoccurrence of the flickering has only deepened the mystery, as it does not appear to be following a naturally occurring pattern. Other explanations for the dimming and brightening include that it's an orbiting cloud of disintegrating comets, that the star is younger than believed and therefore releases coalescing material, that it's surrounded by debris from some sort of collision, and that the star absorbed a planet, which is unlikely because it returned to regular brightness after becoming brighter. An alternative theory, which has often garnered support, is that it may be part of an alien megastructure, particularly a Dyson swarm, a ring of solar power transferring energy wirelessly to a home planet or ship. However, the matter has been a subject of heated debate, with some claiming that when presented with multiple
I'm
hypotheses,
excited for Fast and Furious
the one adopted
25.
should
It's
be
gonna
the
be a
one
good movie,
asking
dude.
for less assumptions.
You know it'll be out in 10 years from now.
The
We're only
existence
on like,
of
what,
such a
8?
structure would require
9
a
or
deeply
whatever we're on.
advanced alien civilization to exist in the first place. Furthermore, 2017 data analysis claims that the dimming of the star matches
Damn it,
dust
I am
interference
early.
better than an opaque structure, since the light changes in wavelengths.
We're pretty much at the end of the
Additionally,
stream
the
already.
theory that KIC 846-2852 is a younger star than has been suggested is rooted in the fact that young stellar objects have fluctuating dimming patterns. Similarly, in September of 2019, it was suggested that the light fluctuations of Tabby's star could be a result of the destruction or disruption of a nearby exoplanet by another astronomical object. This theory is supported by similar cases of other stars. Yet scientists cannot be 100% certain of why we've been able to observe fluctuating
Nicolas Cage
light
also
from
auditioned for Superman.
846-2852.
Yeah, Nicolas Cage should not ever do a superhero role. Alright, so now we're gonna start to wind down the stream. But we're not ending it. We still gotta do the Reddit review, and then we'll do wind down after that. So technically, we're just gonna do the Reddit review. As long as Nick and Coco got all their memes in, we're gonna start. Yeah, Astros, you should check out Dark 5. It's actually pretty good. For whatever reason, he has such a good voice for like scary-ish, creepy, eerie videos, but he never, until recently, started, like, he always had text for talk. Like, he didn't actually talk. I don't know why. Dude has such a good voice, and he never even capitalized on all his videos he's ever done. But from now on, going forward, he does, so that's good. Reddit. Here's this Reddit button. My mind was blank, so I could only come up with 2 memes, so yeah, I got them. Okay, cool. Alright, let's see what we got here. My thoughts on the BigDill family. Let's see. BigDill and everyone gave or else help. I can't read right now. I cannot read when I'm drunk. This is a flaw of mine. It's weird, but I'm gonna try my best. BigDill and everyone else helped me through a lot of depressing things, and the streams calm me down. They give me a big laugh, and they get bad things off of my mind. Everyone is so nice. We're all family, and always will be big to family. Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah, bro. That's what streams are all about, man. It's to distract you. It's to take you away from reality. You know? That's what it's all about. Okay, I gotta pause this before I see it. Okay. BigDill is revealed to be Master Chief all along.
Think of my acts as you will. But do not doubt the reality. The reclamation has already begun. And we are hopeless to stop it.
Just like me, like...
Let me see what you got. Come on, baby. Come on. Been fighting for years, baby.
What the fuck? It's just like, my head is so tiny in the helmet. Like, I was just like a little tiny
Let me see what you
guy.
got. Come on.
Already begun. And we are hopeless to stop it.
Come on. Let me see what you got. Come on, baby. Come on. Been fighting for years, baby.
I've been fighting for years, baby. That was a good one, Coco. I like this style you got going. Coco's got a style, he's nailed it, he knows what he's doing. BigDill interviews Joker. Oh shit, he's about to blow my fucking brains out. If I interviewed the Joker, I would have let him tell his joke. I would have known that he was about to shoot me. And as he shoots me, I would have caught the bullet with my 2 fingers. And as the bullet still, like, I would have caught it so that, like, I reach forward and catch it so the bullet's still coming at me, but I have a hold on it, and I'd fucking quickly whip it around and fly it back towards the Joker, and it would hit him right in the head and kill him. That's what I would do. If it was me. What? Bro, that was competition for Coco right there. What the fuck? That was good. The only thing that you could have done to make this better is to give the sound effects to where, like, when you're punching the wood, it makes the ow, 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 or whatever that sound is, and then the sound effect of actually hitting the wood, and that would have been the only thing you could have done that would have made this better, but this is a fucking good one. I fucking died, bro. I want to get rest in peace in chat. RIP. RIP in chat. No, I know you made that, Nick. I'm saying that you, with this one, you are competing with Coco. Like, your content and quality of it is competing with Coco. Because this was good. Like, this is shit I would expect Coco to make. But you killed it, bro. Okay, now, I accidentally saw a couple of these, and I have to say, these are fucking hilarious. Okay, so, Nick Oxenford did a thing where he does this face swap app or something. And apparently I look like Tony Stark. Or Robert Downey Jr., I guess. But let's see what this is here. I think this is, yeah, I accidentally saw this one. That's badass. I don't even know how you did that, but that was badass. Dude, if I had an Iron Man suit, oh my god. The things I would do. Yeah, so this is me as a chick. If you guys didn't see already, I am hot as shit. Straight up. I am a hot female. I would be a hot girl. If I was born a girl, I would have been hot. And I'd be the biggest lesbian ever. For sure. I look like a thumb. Like, let's keep this on the down low, but can you give me that face swap app? Oh, God. Irondale. Dude, that is weird. That is fucking weird. I kind, like, I don't think my face, I don't know, like, I look like a younger, almost Robert Downey Jr. in a way, I guess. Bro, that looks just like, oh, it's weird. It's weird to me. It literally just makes him look younger, like my age. What the fuck is this? There's audio to it? Oh, no. Is that? Oh, I see. It's a whole CGI. Okay, I see what's got. I was like, how the fuck did you do that? I understand it now. That is cool. It's me. I am Robert Downey Jr. Terry Crew would destroy you if you were a girl. Oh, fuck. Nah. Nah, I can't let him. Is he your dad? Yeah, I know. It's weird, isn't it? If, like, ever since I grew out my facial hair, and I don't have the Tony Stark, like, the little thing that goes up like this, but it is weird. Dakota Warren's here. What's up, Dakota? How goes with it? How you been? I mean, I just make Iron Man look sexier in every way. I mean, look at him. Look at me. Look at him. This is creepy. Also, Dakota, I found a YouTube channel I think you would like. Okay. And we've been watching on the stream. I know you haven't been on streams recently because you've been busy with shit, but it's called Dark 5. And it literally sounds like your fucking voice. I swear to God, if you're a secret YouTuber and you never fucking told me, I'm gonna be pissed. But no, for real, I think you would like this channel. It's like one of those, it's more of an informative, like, they do top 5 kind of stuff, but it's not like videos. It's more of like stories and things that have happened, and they're informative, so I think you should check it out. You start college in a week? I thought you were already... I thought you were in college for some reason. Did you just graduate high school? Maybe I do remember you graduating high school. I don't know. If you do it, do one of his recent videos, just because his older videos he didn't talk. He just did text on the screen or whatever. But you'll see. You imagine me the type of guy to have a mullet. Dude, I am actually thinking about getting a legit mullet, trying it out. I think I am going to. I could grow one out. Like, my hair is long enough to get a mullet right now as we speak. I want to grow it a little bit longer and see what I can do, but yeah, it's a high possibility I get a mullet. Just for a little bit, to see what it's like. Dill is the son of Tony Stark, I swear. I could be. Don't do a mullet. I want to do a mullet. I've always wanted one. It wouldn't be a thing I have for I'd probably have it for like a month or two, but it's definitely something I definitely want to try. Friend Andy, my friend from Andy, keeping safe, well in Dublin, Ireland. How is Dublin, Ireland? How is Dublin, Ireland right now? Whenever I think of Ireland, I think of beer and bars. I want to go to a bar in Ireland so bad. I think they would have the best bars. For whatever reason, I don't know why. It just seems like it. Mullets are fresh. I think they are too. That was good. Nick Oxford and Coco. Good memes. Again, me as a chick. I mean, I'm a hot ass woman, straight up. But yeah, so this is the point of the stream where we. Oh, and by the way, make sure to follow the Reddit. We are 3 members away. We are 3 people away from hitting 100. So if you have not fucking joined my Reddit, please join it, and we can hit 100. You don't have to do anything. You just have to sit there and follow it, and you can get all the memes that are posted and stuff like that. Or you can post your own meme, and I'll react to it. Here's the link to said Reddit. I know for a fact not everyone is in it, and it's easy to set up. I don't know if you have to set it up to follow. I'm sure you do it, like a Reddit account, but it's easy. Like, even I could do it, and I don't know anything about anything when it comes to technology. Who won? It just depends. I mean, it's kind of like you had more posts, but Coco had, I don't know. It's tough to say. There wasn't enough posts to say who won. But if I had to pick one, I might edge it to Nick Oxford tonight. I might edge it for Nick Oxford. But Coco is still the meme. Like, you gotta do a lot of video memes to catch Coco, to even like actually compete with him. You have to do a lot of video memes. But I have to get a lot more better green screen videos for you guys. I need, like, my first green screen video, I was like, these suck. I need to get better ones. I will. Let me put on some creepy music. We're gonna start winding down the stream, so we'll stream for another, 10 minutes or so. And in these said 10 minutes, you can ask me anything about anything. It doesn't have to be about creepy. It can be about anything, and I'll answer. So it's like a Q&A. I'm gonna put on some creepy music. Yeah, dude, you sound like that guy, Dakota. I swear to God. I figured you would like that kind of shit. It's kind of like the kind of like stuff that's up your alley. Like, if you watch the video on the Men in Black one, that was good. Now, we've been watching some of those videos recently, but like I said, it sucks because his old videos, he just like puts text overlays. He doesn't use his voice, which I think he has a really good creepy voice. Which is why I don't like Slapped Ham, because his voice is just not scary, and it's not creepy, and his clips that he chooses are so not funny. Or not scary, I mean. Did you ever look at the videos on my channel? I have not, no. You have to link me some. I think the Minecraft one was good. As soon as there's anything related to competition, I start doing haywire on those memes. Yeah, once I get more green screen footage, it's gonna be... I'm gonna give you guys some better material, for sure. Okay, where's my creepy music? There's a hair in my fucking eye and it keeps fucking... I'll fight you. I will fucking fight you. It's like on my face. I can't see it, but I can feel him. He's just there. And there's nothing I can do about it. I'm just helpless at the will of this hair. Fuck you, hair. Bitch. Alright, royalty-free music. I wish if you make a video about games. You wish I would make videos about games? Nuke you think Nuke's Top 5 has a terrible voice? Oh, dude, I think Nuke's Top 5 has a great voice. What? I think that's the thing that makes him great. The thing about Nuke's Top 5 is he is original, and he will find videos before anyone else does. So he doesn't just like see videos on the internet and be like, I'm gonna take those because, you know, I'm lazy. Like, he's big enough where he gets people to email him links and stuff, and he finds videos before they even get, like, when they have, like, 50 views. And they're not even, like, he kind of unveils them a lot of times. Sometimes he does take them from big channels that, you know, but still, like, I think Nukes Top 5 has a great voice. I think he has a great voice, and I think Dark 5 has a great voice. But, Chills and Sir Spooks, even, and Slap Tam, I think all have terrible voices. Scary games. I don't know. I don't think there'd be a market for me playing scary games. I know a couple of you would like that, but no one would really watch, and it's not really a thing I play. Really, I don't play scary games usually ever, so it's not like there would be nowhere to go with that. It'd be spinning my wheels. I mean, it'd be like maybe a once in a while thing to do, I guess, but if there's a game that came out that was scary and I liked it, sure, I might play it and stream it, but I have to figure out how to stream games. Whatever reason, whenever I do, it always lags like a motherfucker. Chills does have I fucking hate Chills. When I see that motherfucker and we have our fight, which is next year, I'm gonna slap him up. I'm gonna slap him up for all of you. Alright? That boy gonna get finished. Hell yeah, I'll win. Chills isn't a fighter. Chills is a guy that would, if in any situation he feel threatened, he would curl up into a fetal position. A little ball. I am like a vicious, rabid squirrel. I'm you know, all over you, and I'll probably bite. I'm kidding. I would never bite. That would be the most bitch-ass thing. Depending on the game, Hyper Skate. I've never heard of that game in my life, ever. You kind of drunk? I am very drunk. I've been drinking since 11 a.m. this morning. I didn't have lunch, but I did have a nice fat taco pizza for supper. That did even me out a little bit. You and Chill's boxing? Yes, I wanted MMA, but somebody is too scared for MMA. Not mention any names. I will crawl all over you and bite. Oh, I'm sure it was taken out of context. I'm so late again. Hey, what's up, Mattio? About another 5 minutes in the stream, another 5 minutes. Got any questions? Now is the time, folks. Now is the time. Otherwise, I mean, like I said, I could be literally walking out to my car tomorrow morning to go to work, and a giant mutated butterfly or moth that got away from the government could pick me up, swoop down and pick me up, and fly me to its nest and eat me alive, and then plant larvae inside my body that will hatch bigger, slimier caterpillars. And you'll never get to see me again because I'll be dead. That could happen tomorrow. That realistically could happen, possibly. There's at least a 1% chance that could happen. And you will always have that question that you could have asked that you never will. Because I was eaten by a giant moth. Alright, Nick. Thanks for tuning in, buddy. I appreciate you. Get some sleep. Any alcohol recommendations? It depends. It really depends. What kind of mood are you in? Are you in like you want to go fucking party hard mood, or are you in a just want to chill and feel good? I'm not much of a liquor guy anymore. I started out my drinking career with liquor. I would drink Hawkeye vodka every fucking night, and I'd mix it with water because water was cheap. And I'd grab the big jug of vodka, and then you just mix it with water, and it tasted horrible at the first 2 glasses, but then after you get to the third one, it was fine. Anyways, that has nothing to do with anything you said. What'd you say? First of all, where the fuck did you get that moth shit? And second off, where's your favorite multiplayer game? Like all time? Favorite multiplayer game? GTA 5. Not what it is now. Because right now it's garbage. But back in the day, GTA 5 was my favorite, like, all time. It was an amazing game. Up until when they decided to add the flying motorcycles, that was when the game got bad. Trash. Fuck that stupid online game. It pissed me off so much. Female Mothman? That'd be hot. What would I do if I were a ghost? I'd probably try to communicate with someone and tell them that I'm a ghost. If I could. If I couldn't, then I would definitely fuck with someone. I don't know who I'd fuck with, but I'd fuck with someone. GTA 5 was your shit for yeah, dude. Oh, I was so good at I suck at video games typically. I'm just not very good. But GTA 5, I was a god at GTA. Like, I was like level 400 and something, and all I did was kill people. I mean, I was fucking good. Like, legit, no shit, I was fucking good. Like, if I ever met someone online that would kill me and beat me in it would tell your score. Like, whenever you killed someone and I killed you, you could see the score between you two every time you die. And if anyone who ever got close or even beat me, I would get fucking pissed and break my controller because I was pissed. But, oh god, it was fun. Playing with your friends, just driving around, fucking blowing people up. Those were the days. Those were the days. I would find someone masturbating and just appear and be like, really, man? Your dead relatives are watching. That would fuck with them, wouldn't it? Conor McGregor is a bitch. That's from a dude that you would probably beat the shit out of. Dude, Conor McGregor would kill me. He would murder me in less than 3 seconds. That dude is an animal. Is he a bitch, though? He may be, yes. But dude, he'd slap me up. He'd slap me up good. I mean, it wouldn't even be a fight. I'd be out. I'd be literally sleeping. Unless I had this. I can move this like a lightsaber, bro. Like a Jedi. I fucking hit him in like 8 spots before he even before he could even blink. He's mid-blink, and I can hit him in 8 spots. I'm so quick. And then his eye finally shuts and opens again because a full blink happened. And he's been hit. And he's like collapsing. His heart's failing. His liver's shut down. And I'm fucking reigning over him. It's not a probe, goddammit. It's a combat stick. Combat stick. Alright, Texas Panhandle, I refuse to call you Alaskan Gold Rush. Thank you for tuning in, brother. Appreciate you as always. And yes, I will see you Wednesday. I will enjoy my beer for a little bit longer before I pass out. Another 2 minutes, maybe a minute left on the stream. What's up, Hannah? Combat probe? No. Not a combat probe. No. No. Oh yeah, Conor McGregor is a fucking I'm about to say Conor McGregor is a piece of shit. Yes, I agree with you. He's not a good human being. He has anger issues. Zap them while you stick it in them. No, this isn't meant to go inside anything. It's not. It's a combat stick, like it's a flashlight and a baton. You know, combat stick. You hit people and tase people with it. Just leave the Discord if they're being rude to you. Just leave the Discord. They can't be rude to you in here. Where did I get my cats? My first cat, Tessa, my baby, since I've had her since she was a little tiny kitten. We got her from a farm somewhere. My roommates at the time got her, actually. And then I had nothing to do with getting her. My roommates at the time, one of my best friends and his girlfriend got her, took her back to our apartment. And I have always been a cat guy. They weren't really cat people, but they just wanted a cat. And I'm a cat guy, and I didn't have a cat at the time, so I just instantly bonded with her. And we became very close. And my roommate and her friend, and his girlfriend moved out, and they said, you need to keep the cat because the cat likes you. And so I was like, fuck yeah, that's what I wanted anyways. So I kept her, and then she became my cat. And we've been homies. She's my daughter. We've been friends for a long time now. Oh, I mean like 3 years. And then I got the second cat because my uncle was moving countries and he couldn't take the cat out of the United States or whatever. And so I took her so she didn't have to go to like a vet or a kennel or some shit. But I don't like her. She's gross. I'm a gotch tuber. I don't know what that means. The Paco put the no. No worries, Dark Snoot. No worries. Yeah, I don't know if you can see her. God damn it. Tessa. Hi, Tess. Look at her. She's laying on her back with her fat belly hanging in the air. What's up? What's up, Tess? I'm kidding, it's a fake gun. What's up? You sleeping? Are you just sleeping? Like a fat baby? Huh? Like a fat baby? Yeah, she's chilling. She sleeps like how a normal cat should not sleep. She'll lay on her belly, or on her back, with her belly hang out. She just has her little T-Rex arms hanging there like this. Bro, my room is clean as fuck. What are you talking about? The only thing that's on my floor is my shoes and Paco. My room is clean as fuck. And my bed's not made, but my room is clean. Yeah, my kitty is cute. I'll grab her. Hi. She's tired and gronky because she just got picked up. Say hi, Tessie. You say hi? Hmm? Can you say hi? Say hi. Up here. That's where you gotta look, right there. That's where they are. See them? She's tired. She's so tired. It looks dead. She's just tired. Look. Look. Alright, well, I think we're getting close to ending the stream here. And, oh, this is loud. Asher's with a $10 dono saying, spend this on the kitty, she earned it. I will buy her the nicest catnip toy ever. For you, Ash. Thank you for the donation. I appreciate it, of course, as always. I'm going to head out, going to watch Food War. Food War? What's that? I have a cat, his name is Tiger because she's oranges and has whiter stripes. Nice. Oh, Tiffany, she sleeps forever because she's 20 years old. You have a cat that's 20? Damn. Taz, you better say thank you. Hey, say thank you. She looked at me and now she has an itch on her ear. Say thank you. Now she's licking her sister. She's licking her sister on the cheek. I think she's saying thank you to her sister, but that's not what I meant. But anyways, guys, we're going to end the stream there. Remember, I'm going to be streaming Wednesday night. So tune in Wednesday night, and we'll do the same again. Watch some creepy shit, and maybe get spooked. I don't know. But, yeah. Thank you to Ash and to Industrial Chef for donating tonight. Appreciate you guys. And yeah, so that without the way, I will see you guys Wednesday night. Take care. Wash your booties. Do not get the coronavirus. If you do, then let me know how it tastes. I don't know. Anyways, I'm drunk. I'm gonna go to sleep here soon. And take care, guys. Love you.